In this very important conference, since quality is the global issue and slight changes need very significant time, 10 years, it's very hard to fit into 10 minutes. So quality takes time, but I will try to do my best. I represent the organization which is the National Center for Education and Quality Enhancement, so somehow my presentation is the view of the external evaluator to the system of adult learning and education centers. And we have quite a big history of cooperation with DVV International, and I want to thank Lali and other colleagues because they are dedicated to quality. So quality has been an issue for recent years. Therefore, we decided together to, since this is an organization which is mainly responsible for the quality of education and learning, starting from kindergarten, ending with the doctoral degree programs and lifelong learning programs, we consider that we can bring some effort into the quality assurance issues of adult learning and education centers. So currently, in the adult education programs, we have two tracks. One is authorized programs on the left side, which is authorized by the National Center of Education Quality Enhancement. So internal quality assurance remains the responsibility of the provider in this case, but external quality is assured by ECE, I would say ECE, this is my organization, which leads to the formal qualification or formal certificate which is recognized by the state. In addition, this track provides also access to the public finances, like from the skills agency financing, National Employment Agency financing, and other financing opportunities. But another track is that just the program is driven by the center itself. Internal and external quality is assured by the providers, and in this case by DVV and by the network. But it leads to non-formal education. Of course, a non-formal education certificate at the end. Of course, there is a linkage between these two because Georgia already has a system of the recognition and validation of informal and non-formal learning. But to talk about benefits, it's been the issue for the last 2 days. Formal track is less flexible than non-formal education track. Therefore, we need lots of programs, lots of curricula, lots of trainings in the informal, non-formal way, in this case, non-formal education, but we need high-quality trainings. We need not only trainings, but we need quality training. So it's been an issue how to address these issues. So we agreed to introduce some kind of a training quality principles, but main principles which has to remain there. However, how external or internal quality is assured is that first it should be based on the quality cycle, and all of you know, of course, this Deming cycle, because there is no other opportunity or possibility, the better possibility for quality assurance. Internal and external quality assurance should be based on the same predefined standards, because you cannot assure internal quality with other approaches and external with different. And self-evaluation and external evaluation process is used for development or evidence-based decision-making process. This is not for punishment, not for raising someone's responsibility. Actually, this is the issue when you first time introduce the quality approach into any organization. They have some kind of fear. Why these people ask me so many questions? Why should I fill in the questionnaire? What will be followed after this? Only development, support, and evidence-based decision making. So what was done is that the quality assurance policy paper was developed the beginning of this year, which consists of standards itself, performance indicators, and evidences, which is the most, let's say, painful part, because I'm familiar with the self-evaluation reports of all ALE providers in Georgia. They state about their compliance with the predefined standards, but providing evidences is a little bit problematic because this also requires some specific knowledge. So this is the area where we together have to develop. Actually, our quality assurance policy is based on the Curricula Institutionale, which was elaborated and which is very, very interesting document. It's at the same time Governmental Decree 131, which also sets the foundation for short-term training and retraining for adult education in Georgia. Actually, I want to take the opportunity and thank DVV International and this wide community for producing such a very interesting program like Curriculum Internationale, which is Institutionale, which is actually a very good standard target which can be achieved by the institution. And I would say that we use this paper also started the revision of national formal education standard framework because it's quite nicely descriptive. So internal quality assurance system components are the identification and description of the center's processes. We already identified 3 managerial, 3 basic, and 8 supportive processes which take place in any ALE provider. Risk assessment and process monitoring, assessment report, feedback, etc. I will just save our time. This is a typical internal quality assurance system which ends with identification of further development needs. External quality assurance system means that self-evaluation and reporting, and it's very interesting that our Armenian colleagues digitalized this process, and maybe later on we can share this experience. These digital systems, reporting to adult education network, analysis of these reports because it gives you very interesting insight on the system level, not only the specific provider, but on the system level, and we already have identified some challenges that my last slide will cover, that where all ALE providers will need further assistance for development. So our standards, as I mentioned, are based on Institutionale, Curriculum Institutionale, but doesn't copy it exactly, but we combine them into 3 main standards, which is program, training program, which covers the methodology, compliance with the labor market needs or personal development needs, duration and instruction methodology, and feedback and formative assessment of the learners, which is also some kind of challenging issue as we learned from reports. Second is human resources, infrastructure and financial resources, and sustainability, financial sustainability, and management of processes. As you can see, these standards combine institutional issues and program-related issues. Therefore, if even one program is authorized, it means that organization itself already has addressed the institutional functioning components, and if even one program is authorized, it means that human resource, infrastructure, financial sustainability management processes are already quality assured. And this is also a very interesting approach, but what we can follow. So what are the main findings after analyzing of feedback and on the system level? Once again, as the external observer, I can say that we already have institutional infrastructure in place for further development. It's very good. We don't start from zero. We are quite far in the development process. Administrative process is satisfactory due to capacity building efforts from the DVV and network, because Already they produced lots of papers, lots of templates to assist ALE providers for organizational work. Trainer capacity building tools are in use, so Curricula Globale, which is mainly a training program and a very good training program for training providers. And from reports, we can see that in most of the cases, trainers already are certified under this training program. There are good tools for management development, like Curriculum Manageriale, which is also another very interesting document, and diversified funding opportunities, which has been the issue for the issue of discussions in the first part of today's presentations. They have access and they have no restrictions to be attached to one financial source. Therefore, we need some more, let's say, better management and entrepreneurial approach in the ALE providers to use in a better way the diversified financial resources which is possible to be provided in this country or international by international providers. So further capacity building needs are the training content validation and its justification, because we don't want trainings, we don't want any program to be delivered which does not have effect, doesn't relate to either labor market needs, either personal development needs. Training for training, that means nothing. We are sure that all trainings are very effective. Feedback, what is provided from trainees, is very positive, but there is lack of evidences how they decided that this content is the content that is needed for the labor market. So more justification when we make decisions to deliver such training. Quality-oriented management, as I mentioned, because quality assurance is a way of managing. Way of managing, it is the culture of management. Evidence-based decision-making, which will be followed by quality-oriented management. Usage of learning assessment as a powerful tool for better training. So just to have training, it is not enough, but part of the training methodology is to provide feedback to the trainees and then have individual approach for the individual needs during trainings provided. But this is the problem in the formal education as well. So it is not surprisingly that we have lack of such skills. It can be developed very easily, but it needs some effort. Effective public relation policies, because you are doing excellent work, as I mentioned. You bring education to the population. I was asked in Germany when I participated in this DVV International Conference by journalists, and my impression was that we don't invite population to the formal education center. We deliver training to them, which is very, very important nowadays, especially when we have such a social problems related to the global processes. An institutionalization of external quality assurance system and introduction of mechanisms for quality enhancement. But institutional organizations like head office of DVV and especially the network is there. We just have to empower them with the power and responsibility to take care of the external quality assurance process and enhancement of internal quality assurance of organizations. Just briefly, this was my impression about it. So once again, I want to thank you very much, and I'm open to your questions in panel discussion.